7 months, one plan, multiple wins. This purchase required very little cash out of pocket from our client and is going to perform from day one. Hi, my name's Elyssa Matson, managing broker of EJ Properties. Today we're going to go over a beautiful transaction, and if you follow our page, you will be hearing a lot about this transaction because it is exceptional. Let's get into it. From referral to rent roll. So awesome. And I'm going to walk you through it and add some details along with it. If you like to read, the link will be in our description below. This began with a buyer wanting to buy a property. At first, we researched properties for primary purchase. They wanted to move into it themselves. We looked over things and price points and savings. It would have depleted her savings. She's prepping for retirement in a couple of years, so she really didn't want to do that. But 7 months ago in January, we signed our first buyer agency agreement. We began searching, started going to open houses, started looking, high, low, talking, researching. She has her investment in Phoenix. She was ready to let that one go. Not just sell it though, because she talked to her tax preparer. I think he said it was something like all capital gains between the state and federal was like $60,000. And she was like, no, not doing it. Not going to pay those capital gains taxes. Of course, naturally started talking to my 1031 intermediaries and started to really fine tune that process. And so that's what we did is we devised a plan, interviewed agents in Arizona. We found the agent that I thought was the right fit for her personality, her style. She had the drone footage above the property. She paid for really nice photos. My contribution was I got some of those virtually staged. They showed a little bit better on the MLS and walked through that transaction together. That home sold just $4,000 less than asking. Then our clock started. As soon as escrow closed, our clock for that 1031 began. Really important to note, if you're doing a 1031, you have to let the intermediaries know before you close. Just know that. We let them know, of course. They've been holding those funds since the close of the Phoenix property. She had a goal. She didn't want just an upgrade. She wanted stronger long-term appreciation, better rent potential, the ability to trust her property is being professionally managed nearby. Phoenix, unfortunately, is plateauing in certain areas. It is not booming necessarily in certain spots because, in my opinion, they just build somewhere else. People that want nice and new, there's lots of nice and new in Phoenix. It's just such a sprawling city, and there's so much room to build there. But California has growing rental demand. She wanted to be a part of that investment from Arizona to California and exchange one home into multiple units to help if someone moved out that it wasn't a full loss on the month. She wanted to grow her portfolio's value. Lovely enough, simplify oversight by moving everything under one roof, which is ours here at EJ Properties. We searched high, searched low, and I analyzed hundreds of properties, put them through my cash flow calculator, reviewed them, sent her probably 50 plus properties to look at and talk about and take apart. We submitted multiple offers, I think this was our 5th offer. We have this 45 days since the close of escrow in Phoenix to identify 3 properties that we're going to close on. You have to close on one of those. If that 45-day mark hits, you have to close on one of the ones on your list. I had moments of doubt. Searching every property in Southern California, looking at their rents, calling agents over and over and over, and I thought to myself, we need to think outside the box. I started looking at for sale by owner sites. We already kind of had a target on the desert here in California. There it was, a triplex on for sale by owner, 3 garages, 3 ACs, 3 addresses, 3 meters. The numbers worked. It was cash flow positive. The area showed growth. This purchase required very little cash out of pocket from our client and is going to perform from day one. Really simple, smooth transaction, a couple little hiccups that we resolved with no issue, a couple little errors resolved with no issue, negotiations we resolved with no issue. The most beautiful part of this entire process is the transition into management. We've been involved from the start. The handoff into management is smooth, it's proactive. We sent out letters yesterday for the tenants talking about rent payments, talking about maintenance. During the inspections, we were able to meet each tenant already. It's fully occupied and the tenants are great. We're stepping in as the property manager from the start. It's so smooth. I've taken over management on multiple properties over and over again. I've learned what to do. I've learned when to do it. We're going to coordinate that transition. There's a couple housing tenants that we're going to coordinate the transition. We've already asked the seller to place those accounts on hold. Really important. If you don't put them on hold, then they're going to just keep sending the funds. We don't want that. They usually disperse pretty early. Good, we got that on hold as soon as we knew we were headed towards close. It's just a really hands-on approach. A little bit of hand-holding, a lot of care and consideration, a lot of attention to detail, making sure nothing slipped through the cracks. We have some repairs that came through the inspections that we're going to be doing pretty immediately. Rent collection is going to begin August 1st. We have an exciting closing gift for our client, which will come up in another video. I'm excited for you all to see that. Our accounting systems are in place. Our income and expenses are being tracked and ready and underway. It's a beautiful thing. 7 months, one plan, multiple wins. That journey began with the buyer looking for a better way to invest. It turned into a very strategic 1031 exchange, a successful off-market acquisition, now fully occupied, managed, cash-flowing building for our client. Honored to have been there for every step of the way, add value for our client, and for a long time after closing. So let's talk about what you're building. Talk about if you're selling or if you want to grow your portfolio, if you want to do a 1031 exchange, what the right move is. Let's strategize. That's the whole plan here, the whole goal. We have a lot of experts and affiliations that we can help set up a strategic plan for you moving forward. Just got to reach out. My name is Elyssa Matson, managing broker of EJ Properties. Peace out, Girl Scout.